Okay, so a lot of questions we get asked about how exactly you take a loan from your policy. It's an extremely simple process, and we went ahead and outlined it on this template doc right here so you can take a look. So all you're going to do is you're going to come through here, and this is just one of our carriers, but the process is very similar across our other carriers as well. We link everything in a page right here, and this is actually what we send clients when they sign up. We have this nice portal here, and everybody can come in here, and we've got all the information laid out with screenshots, videos, links, everything you need to take care of this. It's extremely simple and straightforward. So you'll come in, you'll click this button. It's going to open up this particular carrier, their portal. Just for security purposes, I'm not going to share the carrier or an individual policy, but I will show you an overview where we've whited out some of that information. So when you first log in, you'll put in your email and your password, and then you will come through and there'll be a little portal here where it'll show you your death benefit, who's insured. All this information will be filled out when you log in. And if you wanted to make an additional payment or anything, you could do all that from this portal. But if we're talking about a loan in this case, all you're going to do is come over to this right-hand side and click Request Life Policy Loan. And we have written descriptions here for each of these steps as well. Once you click on that screen, it's going to pre-populate a bunch of information for you. Your policy number, your name, and a couple other elements, your email address as well. Everything that's in gray is what gets pre-populated. Everything that's in yellow is what you're going to have to fill out. It's very self-explanatory. So you'll put the last four of your social in here. You'll mark off if there's any additional signers on here. So if you have a policy that you took out and it's like a joint policy between two people, there's another person that has to sign. You can sign off there. If you're outside the U.S., you have to specify that. But if not, you just hit yes. And then you're actually going to go through the process of selecting how much you want to take out. So once you take that out, you're going to come to a page that looks like this. And they're simply going to ask you, how much do you want to take a loan out for? And there's two options. You can specify the specific amount you want to take out, or you can request the maximum loan availability. So the system knows what your current cash value is. And for this carrier, they're going to give you about up to 90% of that. Sometimes it's a little bit more, but the baseline is 90% of that cash value. So if you had $100,000 in your policy, you're going to be able to take a max loan out for at least $90,000. It's going to be the max you can take. But you can take a loan out for any amount in between there. And it can be as low as a couple $100 up to that $90,000 max or anything in between. So you would, if you wanted to select a specific amount, you'll click the button that says loan amount, and then it'll give you another box will pop up asking you to specify what that amount is. If you want to take the maximum, you're going to click on the maximum button, and the system will know exactly what that maximum is, and it'll set that for you. The next box is going to ask you how you'd like to receive the payments. There's two options. You can either have it mailed to you, which typically takes 5 to 10 business days to come to you, or you can have what we suggest, which is the Ach Direct Deposit. Now, when you set up your account with this carrier, you're going to have to put a bank account on file to make your payments each month, your auto payments. If you click this Ach Direct Deposit, it's going to deposit this loan in the same account that you selected. If you have a different bank account that you'd like to put it in, you can change that. But for simplicity purposes, you're just going to select that box, and it's going to deposit that loan amount right in the account that you pay your bills out of. Really simple, right? So you select the amount, you select how you want to receive it, you click off and say, I agree to this policy loan, then you hit continue. And on the next page, this is the only other area that we have to specify things. This is the tax withholdings. This is just something that the insurance company has to ask you about. So as long as you follow our rules and how we've set up and designed the policy for you, this won't be applicable for you, but you do still have to fill it out. And all this is saying is, how do you want to be taxed if there is a taxable event? This only occurs if you were to do a withdrawal of the gains on a policy. So if you put $100,000 into a policy and it grew to $150,000 over a course of a period of time, that $50,000 in growth is technically taxable if you withdraw it. So if you go to withdraw that, you're actually going to have to pay taxes on it. So this company is just asking how you want to do that. Now, if you do this the way that we suggest and we walk you through this, all you're going to do is take a loan out. And when you take a loan against that maximum amount, you're not going to pay any taxes on that. So what we suggest you do is this third option, which is where you click that checkbox and then you select whatever your tax bracket is. So whatever your bracket is, look on your tax returns from this past year and see what your bracket rate is. And that's what you want to put in the box that pops up there. Again, this is not going to be applicable to you if you do this the way that we suggest, but you still have to let the insurance company know from a federal and a state perspective if there is a taxable event. In other words, if you try to withdraw something or you take a maximum loan out and you never make the payments, you never make your premium payments and the policy lapses, there's going to be taxes that would be due. But that's only if you stop making payments and basically you're kind of in default of the policy. And if that's the case, it's going to ask you how you're going to specify those taxes. So you just want to select withdrawal at more than 10% and withdrawal from state taxes. If you're exempt for some reason, of course, you can select that as well. So you select both those boxes and hit continue. And then the last page is really simple. It's just going to ask you to review the information you've already submitted. You'll click on this box. A PDF is going to pop up. It's going to ask you to review everything you've submitted thus far. As long as everything's okay, you're good to go. If you see something that's wrong or incorrect, you can click on it and go ahead and make those revisions. So you can click the back button, go back to the form, make the right selections, continue through back to this page. Once you assure that everything is accurate, then you can click this second button here that says electronically sign and complete now. And a box is going to pop up for you to electronically sign the form, and then you can hit complete. And that's all you have to do. It's very, very simple. It takes about 2 minutes to do this whole process. All you're doing is selecting the amount, you're selecting that tax withholdings, and you're making sure the information was correct and where you want to send the money. And that's all you have to do. So very, very simple. There's no underwriting. There's no other processing. We always suggest using the ACH direct deposit because that is typically 1 to 5 business days. It's the quickest way to get your money. It's the easiest, and the company likes to work that way as well. So super straightforward. You don't have to go talk to anybody. Although if you want to make a phone call, you can call your carrier directly and walk through this process. You can also call our office and we can handle that for you. But the portal makes it super simple so you can do this on your own.